You know, guys, I know it's not Mother's Day anymore, and it's been over a year since I made these Mother's Day boxes, and I'm finally getting around to spinning them myself. And I thought I would take you along on the journey. So, my Mother's Day boxes, um, I sold most of them. I'm going to spin the last one with you guys here. So, it comes with 4 little bitty bats, and they are 1.5 ounces each, wool and bamboo, and it comes with a little candle. And these were specially made for these boxes. It's a little rose. Smells delicious. It's Cashmere Petals is the scent, and it is exclusive to Fairily Fiber Fun. And now we have 4 little bats to spin up, but I think these would be really cute as sequin yarns. So I want to add some sequins to these little bats and spin them up. Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Welcome to this Mother's Day box spinning. Not sure what to call this video. Put your name suggestions in the comments below and I will keep that in mind for future videos. Anywho, as I said in the intro, I am putting sequins on all of these bats and spinning them, but I am doing one at a time, so that is how I'm going to show them to you. So while I am putting sequins on the purple bat, I would like to give a very warm welcome to new viewers and a welcome back to returning viewers. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss new videos as they come out. And as always, leave your comments, questions, and suggestions in the comment section below. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you put beads and sequins on your fiber? And I do have to say, very carefully. I use a little bitty crochet hook and I draft out a thin section of fiber and I pull the fiber through the sequin with the crochet hook like it's a teeny weeny little diz. And that's it. It's really that simple. And then when I'm spinning, I just kind of draft around that teeny weeny diz and leave it on the fiber. So it's not that difficult. And I got my sequins from Walmart in the craft supplies. They had a whole big thing of them in all the rainbow colors. So that's what I got. And it works great. There's plenty of colors. There's a color for each of these that matches each of these bats. So I'm quite happy with it. I did decide to core spin with these sequins, so I didn't have to worry about anchoring each sequin with a little piece of the wool. So you just spin it like you normally would any other bat or piece of bat, just one after another. I am core spinning around a mohair core. It's very, very fuzzy. It was given to me by a weaver. She teaches weaving and she wasn't going to use it, so she just gave it to me. And I have yet to spin up the yarn I promised I would spin for her and return to her. I really need to get on that. But anywho, I will anchor the sequins in the plying section, which is coming up very soon. And I will explain that process when we get there. For now, I am enjoying the spinning with the sequins and using the mohair core. I do love core spinning. I really, really do. I struggle to get enough twist into my core to where into my single, to where it holds up to the type of plying that I want to do later. But that's something that I am sure experience will help me with. Although, if you are a more experienced core spinner than I am, if you would please drop a comment and let me know what's a trick I can do to keep from losing the twist in the core when I'm flying, because I'm really struggling with that. But anyway, I am, for this one, and it looks like I got my little ball of yarn in my pocket, I am plying with some very, very thin cotton crochet thread. So it's got a little bit of grip to it. It's not super, super slippery, so I'm not anchoring very often. When you anchor, you take your plying thread and you let it wrap up towards the wheel away from you and then back down again, so it kind of goes back over some of the plying, and that just anchors everything in place. And I do that around the sequins a little bit here and there, although I'm not sure if I did that with this one now that I'm watching the footage. But anyway, it's just simple spiral ply, nothing fancy to it, letting the core spun twist around the thread, and that's it. So I'm going to turn some music on, let you enjoy the last of this spin, and I will be back for the next one. It has been a couple of weeks since we finished spinning up the purple bat, and now we're on to the pink one, and it took me several days to put all of the sequins onto the bat. I, for some reason, just wasn't in the mood to do that fiddly stuff, so I had to sit down and watch a movie in order to do it. But anyway, it got done, and I am core spinning it the same mohair core I used for the purple bat. Same methodology. Wow, I think two words tried to come out at the same time there. Same concept. I did find with the pink bat that I struggled a little bit more with the chunks of bamboo than I preferred. So I really, really wish that I had carded these an extra time before putting them in the box, but just to distribute that bamboo a little more evenly through the bats. So some of the yarn is 100% cotton, wool. Come on, brain. Wool. And some of it is like all bamboo, and then some is a mixture. So I wasn't too happy with that because the bamboo is all white. And so there's white sections in the yarn, but I think in the end, you really can't tell that big of a difference. Like, it's pastel regardless. So it was just kind of hard to try and draft it evenly because the bamboo and the wool do not want to draft at the same rate. And they kind of want to clump up and then in your hand and then all draft at once instead of being distributed. But anyways, I digress. It is, this one is, it was funny because it took me so long to get the sequins on, and then the spin just was like over and done with in no time, and I was looking for more wool. Where did it go? Did I really use it all? I literally got up, moved my chair, moved the boxes next to the chair. It was like, okay, where's the rest of it? Because that can't be all of it. Needless to say, I really enjoyed this spin. I enjoyed working with the pink a surprising amount. I am not known with a fondness for pink. I'm not known to have a fondness for pink. I never considered myself a pink girl, but I have discovered this year that I kind of like pink. I guess it depends on the color pink or what mood I'm in. That might be it. It might be the mood. Anyways, for this plying, I am using polyester machine embroidery thread or sewing thread. Is very, very strong, very sturdy, and incredibly slippery. There's no way these spirals are going to stay put. So I have to lock that plying thread, lock the spirals in place every few inches. You'll notice the hand that is holding the thread will jerk up and down periodically. I will show you a close-up here in a little bit of locking those spirals in place. In order to keep them from sliding around later, I will just lock them periodically as I go. It just makes a little bit more dark pink thread visible, but that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all, and it solves the problem of all of those beautiful coils getting shoved one way or the other later when I'm trying to work with this yarn. I guess I lied, and I'm not going to show you a close-up of that for this bat because we're at the end of the pink bat. My apologies for that, but we still have 2 more to go. Next up is yellow, and again, it has been a few weeks. Now that we're over halfway through with this project at this point, I took out the last bat so that I could use the box to hold all of these little bits of wool, because I put the sequins on and like 3 or 4 days later finally got around to the spinning portion. And this kept everything contained, everything neat and organized, and I am very happy with that. I did, again, at the end of this spin, run out of wool tufts and go looking under and around my chair to see if I could find any more. Here I am showing you how I do my join. Just a little close-up of that. The coloring is not the greatest. I should have chosen a different bat to show you this, but it is what it is. I just overlap little floofy ends and keep core spinning away. It is really not that serious. And that's all I'm going to say for this one. So a little more music, and then I'll be back for more rambliness in a moment. For this yellow bat, I am plying with the yellow sewing thread, same as the bright pink sewing thread, but this one is yellow. And please ignore the fact that I am showing you this footage out of order from how I spun it and filmed it. Because yes, you do see the blue bat spun as singles on the Lazy Kate there. Just ignore that. It hasn't happened yet according to you. We're all good. I plied out of order. Anyway, again, I'm having to anchor the plying thread frequently while doing the plying, because, again, slippery plying core, it's going to cause all of those coils to slip and slide when I'm trying to use the yarn later. So lots of anchoring going on here, and this yellow bat I don't think has as many sequins as the pink one and the purple one did. I don't know why. Maybe I just used larger chunks of wool for this one. I don't know, but the sequins are spread out a little bit farther, which is perfectly fine. And just like that, we're done with the yellow. It was pretty. Sadly, my yellow bobbin is in use for a different project, so I couldn't use it for this spin, and that made me so sad because I really, really wanted to spin yellow fiber on a yellow bobbin. I get all of my bobbins from Acreworks. They are flat pack bobbins, and I freaking love them. So, and they work perfectly for these wheels. They have so many different ones that they make for so many different wheels. So I highly recommend you check them out. And no, I am not sponsored by Acreworks in any way, size, form, or fashion. I just love their bobbins. But now we are spinning the blue and final bat. And like all the other ones, I am using the mohair core, spinning it the same as I did before, plying it exactly the same, and enjoying the fact that this is the last one And I'm almost done with this entire project that has taken at least 3 months, maybe 4, to get completely done. How ridiculous is that, that it took me 3 months at least to spin 4 little bitty bats with sequins? Like, I could have spun those all in one day, but it took me 4 months, 3 months, 3 months plus. All right, I'm going to quit rambling. I won't be back to talk through any of the plying or anything like that this time, so I'm going to say goodbye here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me in the comments your tips and tricks for keeping the twist in your single while doing the coil plying. And we're talking core spun single. And also, please let me know in the comments which of these were your favorite. Have you ever spun with sequins or beads? Will you ever, now that you've seen this video? All right, with that, I'm going to let you go. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys!